And the county commissioner, Martha McClure, made a public statement to the crowd when I was there trying to protect our family cemeteries where Fish and Game floods it continually. And we have no rights, and she said, if you're not federally recognized, you have no Indian rights. So I have no human rights in Del Norte County or the state of California to protect our ancestors' remains, which Fish and Game had openly admitted at a public meeting at Alpilla Rancheria that they had buried bones 3 times, but they never adhered to any U.S. federal law concerning bones.
My older brother just passed away a couple months ago, and he was really dark. He has black hair, brown eyes, really handsome, and I always felt jealous of that because I didn't have the color. And he got called names when he was in school, and just people did treat him bad, and they didn't me, because even though they knew I was a sister, it didn't matter because my skin was lighter, so it was all about what color it was. That's all that mattered, But it's what's in your heart. That's why I'm saying that if we all come together, we can all be together because it is what's in here. We just have to teach our hearts a better way.
Mani se mani she he mahoyo. Mani se mani she he mahoyo. Ho aho aho ho aho aho ho toika to ho toika he mahoyo. Ho 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 hiya hiya ho ho ho. Ho, 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 oh, hey, 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 oh.
Oh. It's so nice to hear even your daughter singing. I don't know what she was singing. I don't know the words, but it's the sound, it's the voice or something. It fills my heart, and that's where I want to be someday. I want to know how to sing my songs and dance the dances we danced. And so you just give everybody hope.
This one was made by my aunt, and I used it for my son when he was born. And a lot of the Indian girls and women now, they all get an auntie or someone that, who can make them so they can use it for their baby. So that tradition definitely is coming back now. I always knew that I wanted to be a basket maker. All my life I've been told that Pomo basket makers were the most skilled in the world. And so when I was in my early 20s, my grandmother taught me how to make baskets, and I made 2 baskets. And then in 1980 she died, and I quit making baskets. And I haven't touched baskets for, how long it's been, 25 years. This basket is called a canoe basket for obvious reasons. It's shaped like a canoe. It was made by my grandmother, and it was a gift to me. The design is, she said in English, it's surrounded by trees because our tribe, where it comes from, Sherwood Valley, it's a valley and it is surrounded by trees. And so now I'm in the process of making one similar to this, but it will be in a much smaller scale. I have other baskets of hers, but this one in particular speaks to my heart because she put in her own design. I think she said she was 12 or 13 when she saw the first white person when they came to Sherwood Valley and started logging. They logged the whole valley. Put in a railroad, and then when all the trees were taken, then they pulled up the railroad and were gone. I started asking around, asking different people that I knew, relatives, aunties, how do you gather this material and where do you gather it? And a lot of people told me they didn't know where to go anymore because there was no longer access to these places. The first time we went out there to dig, and we dug under the sedge, which is long cut grass. And you have to dig a pretty big hole to get to the roots because the roots were after in the ground. And when I looked at that hole and saw the roots going all different ways, I had this feeling that I I've arrived. I felt like I'm home because as a child, I remember going to this place and digging roots with my grandmother. When I saw that hole and saw these roots, and I thought, I've seen this before. And then I realized, because my sister and I used to go with my grandmother and help her dig roots because she was very old at that time.
There's nothing to describe going to a place where you used to go with your mother used to go with her mother, you know, and family outings and stuff to get a certain just special plant that grows everywhere, but the one spot is the spot to get it. And either you can't get it or there's a house there, or it's, you know, it's just not there anymore for whatever reason. And I've also been mapping the village sites, medicine sites, gathering sites, and hopefully would like to be able to get that out in one database for the Tolowa tribe, for the, you know, people that need to use it as reference to the Forest Service. And my only issue is the cultural sensitivity of the data. I have personal experience with people that have worked for the Forest Service. Basically has taken what I offered them to use on their job and made a book out of it. So it's like, that's the part I've been having issues with right now, is just keeping that information. It's I'll share it, but it's for our people. It's not for profit. You know, it's either free or not at all.